The video game industry moves fast, but we move faster. This is the Turbo Button Show with Darien and Jacob.
Hello guys and welcome to the Turbo Button Show for June 14th, 2017. So E3 is kind of coming up to a wrap. I mean, there's still another day or so.
Well, no.
Yeah, it's all the real announcements are kind of done. We might get a few extra treats, but we're not going to really see much more. But today we're going to be talking about a single topic, not really a big fire round, because there's a really weird thing that Microsoft decided to do with their Xbox platform and PC, kind of. They are reintroducing the Duke controller, which, if you don't know what that is, it was the first Xbox controller that was big and chunky, and
They're really big. So big that when the Xbox was being released in Japan, they had to create a completely new controller because no one could hold it. Called the Xbox S controller,
yeah, I think so.
which is when I owned an Xbox, that's what I exclusively used because it was much more comfortable.
Yeah, the big Duke was really dumb and annoying, but this seems to be kind of cool. It uses a USB interface, so you don't have to worry about the weird bulky connector that it wasn't really that bulky, was it?
No, but it was a breakaway cable, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, but I mean, it has USB interface. I assume it's for Xbox One, and
Xbox One and PC.
which, I mean, it's a cool throwback, but it's one that nobody asked for.
Yes. Okay, so the reason they're doing this is because the Xbox One is now receiving backwards compatibility with the original Xbox.
That makes sense.
So why not use the original Xbox controller? Here's the problem with that. That's like Nintendo going back and looking at all their controllers and deciding the one they want to re-release is the Nintendo 64 controller.
Kind of.
This is the worst controller Microsoft has in their repertoire.
Yeah,
It's got its fans, but the majority of people aren't big fans of it. They'd
I mean-
rather use a S controller.
it has two things above any other Xbox controller, is that it has the white and black button,
Which the S does as well, but they're in a slightly worse spot
but the original, I'm just saying the original Xbox
right,
has
compared to the 360 or the One.
yeah, they don't have those buttons available. So either if you wanted to do Xbox backwards compatibility, you would have to say, hey, we have to somehow emulate these buttons, because some games really used them well, and they were really good buttons, but developers with multi-platform games normally didn't use them. But for the few that did, it'd be kind of awkward to be playing Xbox games and not be able to use your white and black button.
Right, which were typically used for like map functions, or I believe Halo used it for a flashlight at some point, or maybe that was Doom.
Shenmue, I know Shenmue, yeah, Shenmue.
Yeah, Shenmue.
The games, it was like a graphical feature, like you'd press it and it'd change like the graphical setting thing. Like, it's really weird.
It was
what I
used
saw.
quite well, and I kind of wish they had gone with both the Duke and the S controller, because I don't like the Duke controller at all. But I still find it cool that Microsoft is, appreciating their roots as a game company, right?
Yeah, they're embracing their past, which some companies really shouldn't do all that much, but being able to have Xbox backwards compatibility.
It's weird thinking of the Xbox as retro.
What?
It's weird thinking of the Xbox as being a retro console.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. It was released in 2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's already about 16 years ago.
So long. Don't make me feel old.
See, I didn't really even care about the Xbox. It was all about the PS2 for me when I was growing up, and then GameCube came in late in my life.
I had a really big kick for collecting for the original Xbox for like a year or two, only a couple years ago, and then I just got out of it and sold everything I had.
You're like, eh.
Yeah. It's not a terrible console, but that controller sucks. Like, I still don't get it, really. Why would I want to play them with that controller, honestly?
It's a weird controller. It feels like the Duke felt like this big giant tank.
And even if they had released the S controller instead, or had both available, why would I use an S controller when I can just use my standard Xbox One controller that came with my Xbox One? That's a better controller.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a niche thing. I don't really have many complaints because, this isn't a huge upfront to video gaming.
Unless it's some kind of like thing where it's like it's DRM protected. You can only play your Xbox games with a Duke controller.
It is certainly goofy, though.
Yeah, it is goofy. It's kind of funny to see. I do like things like this.
Could you imagine if Sony did that? We're going to re-release the PlayStation 2 controller
with USB. That wouldn't really pose much of a change.
I mean, we could joke about Nintendo doing the same thing with the GameCube controller, but
the Wii U already supports it for one game.
Yeah, and they did re-release the controller. Sony will be the only one who hasn't re-released their 6th generation controller.
But it is kind of nice that they're giving an option for people like to experience these controllers again, but not worn out.
Can we get other controllers re-released? I'd love to see a re-release of the Dreamcast controller.
Sorry, but Sega's dead.
I know.
These are hardware divisions dead.
The GameCube controller needs like 6 more reissues.
Yeah, because there's a lot of dead GameCube controllers.
A lot of dead GameCube controllers, and the Smash community eats them up.
Yeah.
The controllers.
They go.
What's another console we could use a reissue of its controller?
I just want to see. A PS2 controller, as we already said, because that controller had the best rumble. I nicknamed it the Arm Breaker because they just shake the crap out of your arms.
What's a good one? Oh, that's really all I got.
We should get a reissue of the NES controller.
On a personal note, I do really need a new Sega Saturn controller, so maybe do that.
You keep on going for a company that has a dead hardware division.
No, I'm sorry. All right, fine. We desperately need a reissue of the PlayStation 4 controller.
Those are still being manufactured. They just got revised.
Yep.
Maybe we just need... Let's see.
The Virtual Boy controller.
No, we need a reissue of the Nintendo DS as just a controller for the Switch.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep. You just... It's like a DS, but you like rip it in half and then you stick them on. And then
Okay, I don't want to know.
Yes.
Anyways,
and then you like have a little screen that comes out of one of them. Like it goes above the Switch screen.
So this is not a story with a whole bunch of issues. We just kind of wanted to laugh at it a little bit.
It's silly.
Let us know what you think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe.
Yeah, hit the bell for all of our notifications so that whenever we release something, you will know.
And check out our shop at www.gamingbuzz.com/shop.
You're not naked. I couldn't resist. See you guys later.
New episodes and other content can be found on turbobuttonshow.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.